and he got slapped. They had to stand there and finish.
Brandon, how you gonna come up here and lie like that?
Lie about what?
I view the BET Awards bigger than the damn Oscars.
Okay.
Now, Brandon, did you see what happened with Will Smith done the other day?
I did see what happened, but for people out there who didn't see, let's go ahead and roll the clip of
All
what
right.
happened at the Oscars.
Oh, wow.
So, Lewis, do you think that was staged, first of all? Because I see a lot of people talking about that being staged, or was it a real, you know, outbreak from Will? So, do you think that was staged, or you think that was real?
I have no idea.
I'm kind of leaning towards I need to wait and see, just because sometimes, I mean, this is Hollywood we're talking about, so they do a lot of performance stuff, but
Uh-huh.
the way Will kind of reacted, and it was like he got upset, but he was controlled in his rage. He just slapped him and was kind of joking, smiling, and when it go sat back down.
Now, Will Smith been on the scene since the 80s. Have you ever seen him do an outbreak like that?
I think one time a gay man tried to kiss him, and he kind of popped him
Oh, yeah.
slightly. You know, that was that was
Oh,
that was
no, you're
about
right. He used to slap it. That's one of my things I did.
it. Right.
Oh, okay,
But
well, I don't know. You don't know what's going on with people's lives outside of what you see on this tube. So
right,
I really don't know
right.
uh, what
I
was
think
going
he's
through
been
Will
through a
head.
lot in Hollywood and a lot with what's going on with him and Jada. So I think he's dealing with a lot emotionally, but I'm not sure if that was a real thing we saw or not. I'm leaning towards it being a real reaction just because people had to kind of talk to him afterwards,
Mhm.
but I'm still not sure. So I got to see how it plays out. He ended up winning the award, right? He
I
ended
think
up
so. I
saying,
think he did win the
right. And he
award.
kind of apologized, but he didn't apologize to Chris. So I think that's something he needs to do. So now, do
For
you want
what?
to? Hmm?
Why you need to
Because
apologize?
you don't disrespect somebody like that on the stage like that over a joke.
Now jokes. Brandon, you know what jokes are, right?
I do.
Jokes are a good joke is borderline you're assaulting a person,
Right.
borderline,
Right.
and jokes have a common theme. Jokes has words.
Right.
I may hear the words, don't take it as a joke, so I may say "fuck your joke." We
Right.
fighting,
Right.
and I don't know you probably experienced this before. You used to play basketball around,
Right.
and somebody be joking too much, and the jokes
Trash
turned
talking.
into a fight.
Right. Yeah. Right. It's
You
either gonna
know,
be a fight, or you're gonna be eye to eye with somebody, ready to let them know you about to take it there.
hey, it's
And
gonna be
Will,
a fight. I don't know. Well,
most of the
man,
time.
that's that middle school stuff. People get in the circle. Ooh, that's that
Right.
middle school stuff.
But
But
these
these
are
grown
grown
guys, it's
men.
gonna be
These
a
are
fight.
grown men. Yeah, these are grown men. So I just think if he was really that mad, he would have hit him, and then kind of looked at him and be like, yeah, I don't appreciate that. He kind of slapped him and turned his back and kind of walked to sat down.
Yeah, I found that kind of weird. When I used to slap people, I ain't never. I think I
Turn your
turned my
back.
back one time, but
But that's
I,
dangerous.
yeah,
I don't think he saw Chris Rock as a threat, but still, you don't slap somebody and then turn around. I just don't think you do that. You don't slap them like that and then kind of turn around smiling and head to your seat, and he's standing there stunned like he don't realize what's going on, and then continue, and nobody else in the building moved. Security didn't really come over to him. I think they had a break and they might have talked to him a little bit, but as
now what
far as
security go do? That's Will Smith.
I
That's
don't
Will
get I don't
Smith.
so you think Will Smith can be in there punching people, and they'll be like, well, it's Will Smith, let him do what he gonna do.
That's Will Smith, man.
Yeah, he'll be on the ground in handcuffs, and
Nah,
that
that's
that
Will Smith.
Oh, I be if I was in charge of it. Okay, so let's
No,
change the
no, you're
person.
right. If you was in charge, your ass be fired right now.
Yeah. Somebody no, but listen, somebody's gonna be fired anyway behind all this. So
No, no, it ain't. If you
you
was in
think
charge, your ass would be fired. Will make that phone call. That motherfucking
and
monkey
and
put his
and
hands on
Chris
me.
and Chris gonna make the same phone calls because he's feeling embarrassed right now. Somebody slapped him on national television, and he had to stand there and keep working.
Well, he's
He's
a
working a
comedian.
gig.
He's a
But
comedian.
he's probably never been slapped like that on a large platform. as big. I mean, it don't get big as the Oscars anyway. And he got slapped. They had to stand there and finish.
Brandon, how you gonna come up here and lie like that?
Lie about what?
I view the BET Awards bigger than the damn Oscars.
Okay.
Right.
Well, okay. Let me correct. To me,
to
me, the BET Awards, yes, that's a bigger, show in our community. Of course, I don't watch the Oscars. I went to bed. I wasn't thinking about no Oscars. But I woke up to everybody talking about what happened at the Oscars. I don't know who won any awards. I don't know what movies were nominated. I don't know any of that stuff. I do know what's going on at the BET Awards and who's doing a cipher and stuff like that. So I'm more tuned into that. But here we are talking about the Oscars.
Well, Brandon, I just know one thing. I know never to talk about a man's wife at all, especially if the wife and the man is present. I know that for a fact.
So if you were in Will's shoes, what would you have done?
I probably told him to cut them jokes out.
Right. So you wouldn't go on stage.
I probably told him to cut their jokes out.
Yeah, he could have yelled what he yelled after the slap to him on stage, and they could have edited that out, and we would have never known. But everybody in the room would have known.
And then if he don't cut them jokes out, then
then you go upstairs. Yeah, you ain't give him no warning. You was over there. You start laughing. He was laughing. You can't laugh at the joke and then see your wife upset and then go up there and slap him. So,
man, y'all need to quit. People on the social media talk about laugh. Man, these are celebrity people. They got a key in.
That is true.
On every damn joke. He may not. It was a corny fucking joke anyway.
Right. He didn't even hear the joke. He was ready to laugh. I think that's a good point. He was just programmed to laugh. It don't matter what he was saying. You're up there on, right at the stage. You got to laugh at whatever he's gonna say. So you just laughing the whole night. And then it kind of registered. It might have registered what he said. Then he might have went off. So like I said, I'm kind of torn to whether it was real or fake. So it's too early to decide. Maybe if we do another video, we'll talk about what we feel. But
the man got slapped. Chris Rock didn't do nothing. He should have hit him back, but he didn't do nothing. That is what it is. You don't talk about a man's wife. Jokes.
Right, you don't tell. Right.
Comedians, they had to be in some fight as a little kid. They come up there cracking them jokes. Somebody said "fuck them damn jokes" and hit them in the face. Right, they used to that.
Right. So do you think Will is at his breaking point? With everything going on, he's just kind of tired because we grew up in the era where Will Smith was the man. He did Fresh Prince,
still is the man.
Independence Day. He was doing big blockbuster movies. Is he?
Yeah.
Has he? Okay.
He just won an Oscar, ain't it?
He did. He did.
He's playing the older man. He still is the man.
Right. He's still a great actor, but I think he kind of is in a little turmoil as far as his career and finding who he really is. And I think that's a side effect of what Hollywood has done to him. Like we don't know what goes on behind closed doors and what they have these people doing as far as being a puppet, but he's not himself. He's gone through a lot of stuff in his marriage. He's just not the same person.
I think Will is not a puppet. I think he won't never be a puppet. It's just, I don't like to speak on people's marriages, but as I believe in, what goes on in your household need to stay in your household and don't need to be discussed in the open.
That's true. And so do we need to go ahead? Go ahead.
And discussing what him and his wife do in their household is nobody's business. And I think all this stuff came on when people do the window drapes of Will Smith house. Because all of y'all out here some fucking pedophiles and pedophobia punk ass bitches. Worry about a man, talk about a man's life and family like that.
But who? So how do we get this information? We got it because Jada did a red table talk.
Like I said 2 weeks ago, if you're in the jungle, a monkey will swing from the tree. And she may be the monkey swinging in that table talk. And she may be doing stuff for clout.
Right. I think she was for a little bit. I think she kind of stopped now. I think she got a real serious illness going. She's got alopecia and had like a surgery scar on the top of her head and kind of was letting people know that's a sensitive topic for her.
And he spoke about her hair. And
did? Yeah.
Will could have been at the house. He could have been listening to her rag about the hair for fucking 2 whole fucking weeks.
That's true.
And then he
Right.
come out there chilling. Okay, it's cool, Oscar. We out here. And then this nigga go talk about some hair, bring up some hair. Fuck this bitch.
Right.
You don't know what's going on.
Right. Right. And they were showing some clips like they've got some history. He kind of, been picking at them, at the Smiths in general, for a long time. And I think maybe it's something behind the scenes that we don't know about yet, that they kind of got a beef. Him and Chris Rock kind of have a beef, and it just boiled over tonight or last night.
Well, Will Smith, I hope this allowed people to put some respect on his name. Because we don't talk about Denzel Washington like this. Ain't nobody never say nothing bad about no Denzel Washington wife or nothing like that. Because they respect that man. And we need to respect Will. He's probably one of the most successful. He could be in the top 10 entertainers of all time.
Right. He kind of is. He kind of is. With this stuff, with this entanglement, it kind of brought him down. I was going to ask you, he did cry in public and did an interview where he was teary-eyed. Do you think men should...
And what's wrong with that?
That's what I'm going to ask you. Do you think it's okay for men to cry? And should we be ridiculing men for showing their emotion?
Yeah, it's okay for men to cry. DMX was crying all the time. Ain't nobody say shit to him.
Right.
So don't pull the double standard.
Right. That's true. But they looked at for these moments to belittle you and bring you down. So if you're emotional, you're vulnerable, then they're going to attack you. So now it's not cool to cry. It's not cool. It doesn't make Will more stronger. It doesn't make him a stronger male or, alpha male if he's crying or he's being emotional about what happened with his relationship with Jada.
Brandon,
and that's not true.
If you say an alpha and this beta shit,
well, listen. These are trigger words that people in these areas they are familiar with. So we want to kind of bring them up, and we need to be discussing them. Because I'm not an alpha male or a beta male. I don't subscribe to none of this stuff that people seem to latch on to. I'm not in no gangs on here. I'm not I'm me. And I think sometimes people like to get clicked up with ideology like that, and they don't have any clue what they're really about or who they really are.
And that's YouTube ideologies. These people don't read no books. They don't read no sociology books and science books. Talk about alpha and beta. They don't know nothing about that.
Right. And I barely know anything. That's like some Greek, stuff anyway. Like if you really look and see what alpha male and a beta male is, it's almost like I'm not gonna say a gay relationship, but it's like one man being under another man, like as like a teacher master or like a student kind of thing, like one of those type of relationship.
Alpha and beta doesn't even have to be a gender. It's just a ranking system. The animal kingdom, especially with mammals, the animal kingdom have this all the time. A pack of dogs, each one is ranked.
Right.
The top dog eat first.
Right.
If the lower dog want to eat, he could come in there and try to eat. You have to fight. or you can just wait. I know. See, most people think this alpha and beta. You could call Will Smith a simp. You could call him a beta, but by Western standards, he's way more successful than 99.99% of all people who watch him. He probably could whoop ass 99.9% of all the people who go hate him.
Right, for his age especially too. So how old Will's got to be like 55 years old, and he's in shape. Like if he wanted to beat Chris Rock down, he could have. I guess he showed some restraint if that was a real fight or altercation they had. But
Chris Rock is a small man,
right?
But you don't need to be fighting Chris Rock. He just run his mouth. He's one of those.
He's telling jokes.
Long tongue.
Right. He's just telling jokes, and he's trying to pull different things out of the audience and make a good show. But sometimes they can get you in trouble. So now let me ask you, how do you think this makes black men look when people wake up this morning and this is the biggest topic in America?
I wish you could play what Shannon Sharp said.
Yeah, let me pull it up because I kind of heard some of it.
Yeah, it made us there go those niggers again.
right. Right. And there's some rich ones too. There's some rich ones too.
Now, you could give a nigger $1 million. They still a nigger at the end of the day.
Right.
But in reality, this could happen in any community.
That's true.
Because we see these beer fights when white guys be bringing them go outside in the damn streets. We seen this stuff before.
Right. It ain't nothing new. But hold on, I
But
found a go
one
ahead.
thing said Shannon Sharp did said I didn't agree with. I know they say he should have whooped this Ayers. What's the damn singer name?
What singer?
Austin, the singer that he should
Dallas Austin?
yeah.
Where she
No,
slept? No,
well,
you talking about August Alsina?
yeah, he should have whipped him. Yeah,
It's a boy. I mean, that's a young teen. Like, your
they had
wife.
a they had an open relationship. See, that's why
Right.
you don't need to discuss what's going on. Will
Right.
Smith could have had 10 bitches.
And I think
She
he
could have just
did,
had one.
right. I think he did. And that's just something that they've documented and try to keep, in their own household. But somehow this became a story. And we shouldn't care so much about what goes on in these celebrities' lives anyway. Like, as long as they're not hurting kids, I don't have a problem with it. You want me to play
So
the
you got a problem with R. Kelly?
if he dealing with kids?
No, I said
Yes.
no. Okay, I heard you. If he dealing with kids, okay.
Don't do
Okay,
that.
so you may not have a problem then.
No, well, I'm not saying that because R. Kelly was doing a bunch of different things.
Like what?
He had underage women, underage
Okay.
girls. Okay, then he had
No,
women. He had
underage
grown
girls doing
women.
what? Sing it on the microphone.
No, he was doing all kind of stuff. But put that aside, because that's wrong. You shouldn't need to do that. But he had grown women in there too. He had them locked in. I'm not saying locked in a room, but he had them living in rooms and kind of holding them, against their will. So I'm not sure.
And what the parents is doing besides cashing those checks.
Right.
What the parents is doing.
It's a lot of guilty people, mixed in with that. So like I say, I stay out of some of that because it's just you already know you want to get rich. A lot of people want to get rich. They want to put their child in the spotlight and get them around these certain people, and they'll jeopardize their children's well-being just to become a star.
Yeah, because
just for the chance.
They want to be able to start their own damn self.
Right. You can't want fame that bad where you're jeopardizing one of the most precious things that God has given you. So money is money. You want to be rich, but if you look at a lot of rich people, a lot of celebrities, they still not happy. That's not what's going to make you happy.
You said jeopardize the precious gift God gave to you. Man, I see people jeopardize their kids every damn day. Every single day.
I agree. But if you're not there spiritually and you don't really look at your kids as a blessing, as a miracle. I mean, people just have kids every day. I get it, but that's something that came from you. It's a reflection of who you are and whoever you had a baby with.
And if you think you ain't shit, and you tell the whole world your baby daddy ain't shit, I guess you got shitless.
Right. Right.
Huh? So
right.
Or your baby mama ain't shit. I don't think on both sides. Yeah.
Right.
I don't get people sometimes. I don't get people. I would say this all the time. I don't get people having sex with people they don't like or don't have a connection to, just to bust a nut. A nut at that goddamn important.
And then not only that, but unprotected. Where
yes, that's what I'm talking about. Have a kid with them.
Right. And then you find out who this person is. Like, you got to get to know somebody before you do all of that. Anyway, you need to wait before you get married, or at least.
Well, hold on, Brad. Now, come on now.
I'm just telling you what God said. I'm just telling you what God said. Okay? I'm passing that message out, but you got to do what you got to do. At least try to practice that. If you can't,
I do believe
we understand.
Since we're on that topic, every person you connect with that way, they get a piece of you.
Right. I agree.
And it stays with you.
Right.
So if you got a lot of pieces, I mean a lot of pieces, and all those pieces, some is molded, some is poison, some is good.
Right.
It makes you like that.
Right. And it kind of tarnish who you are and your spirit. Like, you'll start hating men because it's what one man did to you. Like, just because you have a bad relationship with a man or a woman, you can't bring that into the next relationship.
People do it all the time. Trauma. You know, every time Nicole go outside with the dogs, if the air conditioner come on at the same time, I still hear them screams.
Right,
You see
yeah.
how trauma
Yeah, yeah.
goes, and it keeps going.
Right.
And I gotta think to myself, is this real?
But that's
You said what?
it's just always going to be there. I said that's how trauma does, and if you don't heal from it or find a way to cope or get over it, it's still going to be there. You know, we got snakes in the backyard, and you know, occasionally I'll see them. You know, so if I kill it or deal with it, and next time I go out there, it's in my mind like I'm looking down to like I'm going to see a snake, and you can't live your life in fear like that. You gotta, and especially after, I mean, you can't feel that way over a creature. This is something God created on this earth. Even if I like it or dislike it, it's still something God created. So
Well,
you
you can
can't.
put some mothballs out there or something.
I do. I put mothballs, snake away, right? But you know,
I can tell you this: if you
ahead.
want to get rid of snakes come around, or any animal come around, there's food around there.
Right, and that's all I was just about to say. I used to grow strawberries and fruits and stuff like that. You know, that attracts it. So I'm this growing season, I'm gonna grow some stuff inside. Those kind of things inside. But they're back there. They be looking for food.
Well, also snakes, animals like rodents, they like to find a place to hide. So if you got a lot of stuff built up,
right,
stone logs, you gotta get rid of all that shit because they can't find nowhere to hide.
Right. And you know, well, you don't know, but I've been clearing my backyard. I actually bought a chainsaw, just a newer chainsaw today, so I can cut some more trees and put some more stuff.
Man, how many chainsaws you gonna get?
Well, I got a small, cheap one, like a $50 one, and it'll work. But you know, the trees are big, and I'm like, I'm ready to clear more land out. So I had to step it up. Ain't nothing.
Do you own that land behind there?
Yeah, yeah. It goes way, well, not way back, but you know, it's almost an acre of land.
We going where? Back?
Our property. I think this land is like a 0.73 acres.
It don't look like that. It must be all them trees back there.
That's what I'm saying. I've cleared out a bunch of trees. Like they didn't clear out a lot of the land when we first moved out here. So I've been pushing it back further and further. Like I probably have to go about 25 feet into the woods, like through trees, to go to the back of the property line.
When you cut down on trees, you tie those trees up with a rope so they fall in a certain direction.
I have on some of them. Some of, you know, I know how to. I'm not gonna say I'm an expert in cutting trees down, but I know how to cut them at an angle so I can force them to fall a certain way. But if I had some bigger ones, that's what I'm gonna have to do, like hook up like a pulley kind of system and tie them to other trees to pull them down to help force them in the direction I need them to go to.
If I was you, I'd be slightly tie them up anyway, because you never know what's gonna happen.
That's true, but I'm not
resistance will have that tree set of sliding near you.
Right.
It may go away from you.
Now I'm not gonna say I'm the safest because I'm supposed to wear gloves, eyewear. I go outside. I don't necessarily do any of that kind of stuff, but that's not how you do.
Chainsaws, you get hurt with chainsaws if you don't know how to work them.
Right.
And they kick too. They kick.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So
no, because I kind of know how to cut. You know, and you got to take your time when you're cutting, and you got to cut in the right motion. So I kind of got it down. I ain't no pro, but I say all that and then mess around and have an injury out there.
Nah, you have there could be deadly injuries when you cut.
Yeah, that's what I say. And I've had the chainsaw come off the thing. Luckily, the way it's tied on, like the way it's hooked on there, it can't come off, but it'll come off the track. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's normal.
Yeah. I've had that happen a couple times. That ain't fun either, though. But I'm just saying, you gotta be careful.
Let's get to the video. We talk about chainsaws.
Right. But that's how we do. I'm gonna play this Shannon Sharpe because I only saw a little bit of it. I didn't see the whole thing. Hold on, let me pull it up. If this is it, let's see.
I think it's supposed to be longer than this.
Get this rundown.
Well, let's see.
All I got to say is, if you get mad at me today, and I'm looking at this rundown, and you might get mad here, and here. Just don't go Will Smith on me, okay? And if you do,
go back there.
I wish I could share my. Can I share my screen?
I think you might be able to.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, because you changing stuff.
It's changed on your side too?
Mm-hmm. You see, well, let me stop sharing. Now you try to share. Do you see share at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, hit share.
All right. You should see something. All right, just give me 1 second, Brandon.
Okay. So we getting better.
Man, you know, before all this teleworking, it's like you gotta do this shit.
Also, I was gonna ask you, I might do like an Instagram so we could do an Instagram live and stuff like that too.
That's what I was thinking about. You know, time I'm on here, my computer want to act like it's dumb or something. You want to look at it? It don't even want to come up. It must know somebody I'm about to share something.
Well, mine was doing that too the other day. Like it wouldn't even move. It was like it didn't want to have a connection or anything.
Yeah, it's acting dumb now, ma'am. This is a gaming computer.
Oh, you got a gaming computer?
Well, it's old, but I don't play no games on it. I just wanted to stay fast for a long. Look at this shit. Don't even come up.
Right. That's how mine was on the other day. Like I was like trying to go. I think I was trying to go to YouTube or something. It just like you didn't want to do nothing.
Let me try one more thing. Okay, I bet Facebook got the shit locked down because I know I'm sharing my screen. All right, I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break it back. Hold on. Here it is. Hold on. Done. Let's see this. Look at this. Yeah, they know I'm sharing this damn screen. They know it.
He walks up on stage. What he should have done is what DC Young Fly did last year when somebody came up on the stage and whipped it. Because see, this is up here at the perpetuity. But also been at the perpetuity. I'd have come up that stuff. I would whip Will Smith ass. I know you. I would have whipped. He'd had to whip me, or I'd have had to whip him. And every time I see him, it's on sight. There ain't nothing to say. And hold on, I'm watching him at the Vanity Fair, and Will Smith is carrying on like ain't nothing happened. And then you apologize to the Academy. At the Academy, you need to apologize to that man. Let me tell you, there's three things, especially in our community. You say the N-word, you spit on me, and you slap me. Because if you go back when we were less than, that's what they did. They didn't punch you, they slapped you. Got it. Because that's the ultimate sign of disrespect. When you hear somebody, they don't say I'm gonna punch you, they say I'm gonna slap you. You know what out of you? Because that's the ultimate sign of disrespect.
That didn't play so smoothly for some reason. I'm gonna let you have it again, Brandon.
That's okay.
But that didn't play so smoothly. But
we heard what he said.
He slapped. You mean slapping used to be my MO.
Right.
And I slap people for two things. I want you to hit me back, and I want you to fight me back, or to prove you a bitch and you ain't gonna do nothing. Two of those things I used to do.
Right, and actually, you choked somebody one time. I saw you choke a little. Well, he wasn't little, but
I told my mom that this morning. I said, "Mom, I used to slap people all the time." She's like,
right.
"What?" I said, "You remember those fights on the bus? I used to get they trying to kick me out the bus. You know the bus. You know the same bus we rode in middle school, right?
Yeah.
They was about to kick me off the damn bus. Right. I don't know what
right. You used to get in a lot of altercations. I was thinking about that.
But I don't do it no more. I don't do it no more.
Well, you didn't. It's not like you was starting stuff. People used to start with you. I can't remember what that boy said. He was calling you fat or something, and you could just kind of turn around. You said, "Yep," had him against the wall.
And with me, it only take a little bit. So every 66th grade, I'm fighting any person. I'll confront any person who talk bad about me.
Right.
So it only take a little bit too. And I ain't doing all this going back and forth. I don't this right here.
Right.
I don't do that. I don't do none of that.
That's funny. But I never got in a fight, you know, especially when we was in middle school or high school. People used to say stuff about me, or used to talk about my ears and stuff like that. But I just let it go. I didn't go to Will Smith or Louis Presley route. I just just kind of laughed it off with them.
Brandon, your friends used to talk about your ears. All right, come on now.
No, it was. Of course, there's people in our grade. They were friends. It wasn't like I was getting picked on. I'm not gonna say that, but kids like to make little comments and stuff like that. But you can deal with it however you want to deal with it. And the same thing goes in life. Will could have just let it go, laughed it off.
He talked about the man's wife.
I hear you. So but that's what I'm saying. You can either take it, escalate it, or let it go. Or deal with it privately. He could have dealt with it privately. I would have beat him up after the show if that's how I was feeling. I'd be like, Chris, I'm gonna have a word with you and snuff him out in the back.
That's what Shannon Sharp said. He
did.
Yeah. The whole Shannon Sharp video is tight. He was like, "That was me. We coming up. I'll be out there. We'll be fighting. Right? Ain't nobody gonna really hit Shannon Sharp like that because who Shannon Sharp is.
Right.
He's a former football player who still works out. Look how he looks.
That's what I'm saying.
Works out.
Right. Same with Will. Will work out too now. Like I say, don't sleep on Will.
Now, see, social media was dragging Will a little bit for about the past year. It was on his ass. You probably don't know this because you ain't on social media.
Yeah, I've seen the stuff. I see people doing the YouTube videos and stuff talking about him and making fun of him. Like I said, they was making fun of how he was crying.
Making fun about crying.
50 Cent was going at them. Michael Blackston, they was all taking jabs at him. So, like I said, I think this, built up into this moment, and I just don't think Chris Rock deserved to get whatever was built up inside of Will.
Now, think about this, Brandon. In life, you want to hit up. You don't want to hit down.
Right.
So when you said 50 Cent was talking about Will, that's hitting up. Michael Blackston was talking about Will. He had to jump in the airplane to hit up. Did Will hit down Chris Rock? Was he hitting up or was he hitting down?
He was hitting down. Chris
Rock is, you're right. He ain't big enough.
But yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. It's almost, but no, he's still. It's whoever Will kind of beef with. It be kind of beefing down. He's not only.
Legends.
Yeah, they are both of them legends. Yeah, it's close. I guess that was his way of finding his equal, and he let him have it. He gave him a little pop. Like I said, it could have been worse. I just don't think he needed to do that on that stage like that. Not giving the Oscars a lot because that stuff is kind of dying out and drying out. But do it behind the scenes.
Oscars, they used to say the Oscars so white. I guess now they say the Oscars is so black and black.
Well, they like to have us in there. We was in there. Tyler Perry, Denzel,
all the same people.
That black girl from I don't know what is she?
20 Years a Slave and Wakanda. No,
yeah. Do you know her? Yeah. Black Panther. Wakanda. Oh yeah, well yeah, Black Panther. But what's her name? Do you know her name? They got scared.
Nah, she didn't get scared.
No, they were scared.
No, I didn't know Will get down like that.
Right, because he started talking loud and getting crazy. I think they was kind of scared. They know because he's kind of emotional right now, and just breaking down, and he's okay. Like ain't nothing wrong with Will. We shouldn't be feeling sorry for Will or Chris because I think they didn't crumble under the pressure. Chris took that slap.
I think Tyler Perry and Denzel went over there to talk to him.
Yeah, they went over to talk to him.
Calm down. Yeah, tell you the truth, how Will been for the past 30 years. That took something. That took something to do that. So right. I'm praying for Will. Also, I'm praying for Chris Rock. He done a good thing. He didn't try to fight him back because he looked like he can't fight.
Right. So if you had to pick a side or you had to pick somebody to stand, not to stand with. Let's not say that, but who was wrong? Who was wrong in this situation?
It is. Nobody was wrong. Nobody was bad. There it is. Nobody. Yeah. You know the cost of telling jokes. I can't say fuck them jokes at any time. Dave Chappelle was telling jokes all last year, and they tried to take $100 million off this nigga. Ain't people talking about that? Jokes can hit.
Yeah.
And I can't say fuck them jokes. Those ain't no jokes.
But are you allowed to put your hands on somebody?
Yes, I'm allowed to put my hands on somebody.
Okay, well, next, should they press charges on you?
Yes, they're allowed to if they choose to. All actions got reactions. I should have the right to do anything I want to do.
And that's why the Oscars security should have said, Mr. Smith, this way, please.
And I'm like, that big ear guy with the braids in his hair who put his hands on me, make sure you get no nutty job.
Right. And that's power. That's power. That's power.
Call down there to the unemployment office, say he felt the drug test.
Right. And you literally will not work in the town again. You got to switch careers because you had Will Smith in handcuffs at the Oscars because he slapped somebody.
Yeah, this ain't now if Jamie Foxx came up there, they'd tackle Jamie Foxx. But that's Will Smith. You ain't tackling no Will Smith coming up there. They thought he was coming there with what's the dude named
Carlton.
You know Carlton gonna come out the back and start dancing. That's what people are expecting.
Right. Because if you look, Chris Rock had his hands behind his back, like he wasn't thinking Wills was gonna do that.
Nah, yeah, he was. He knew some.
I don't think he knew
cracked the throat, and this man get up.
You think he'll slap you on television or at the Oscars?
Like what's the man? Like Shannon Sharp said, he about to hand you a drink? We used to go do to you.
But Chris Rock like, this is just jokes. You coming up here? I thought he might have thought he was gonna grab the mic and say something or be funny. Nah, that's not what happened.
But the snack was like weird. It's like I'm practiced.
Right.
It was like the form. The form was. It ain't nothing but try. He just challenged him to a duel. That's all that was. And
You're right.
Chris Rock said, "I don't want to do." That's all it was. Y'all make it high. I'm challenging you to a duel.
Right. So basically, he should have had a glove, took his glove off, and just slapped him one time, and that'll be.
Like the pimp said, you gotta smack him back into reality. So he had to smack him. I'm challenging you to a duel. Chris Rock didn't want to duel with him.
Right. And Will didn't wait. If Will would have waited, what do you think would have happened? He kind of slapped him and went back to his seat. I think he made him more.
Don't turn your back, because that's how I got punched in the back of my head one time. So you keep it right there. I don't know. Because Chris Rock is Chris Rock, man. He played the crackhead, and he's still the same size as that crackhead.
So do you think Will starts going up now? You think he's gonna get more respect behind this?
He already had the respect. No, what you mean?
He had the respect from us. I think the newer generation. I think the separation is the newer generation. They're not in love with Will Smith like we are. Like people who are 20 years old, they don't really know Will Smith like that. That's why he kind of tried to come back to social media, doing a bunch of stuff and when he jumping out of planes and doing that all that kind of stuff. So I think he's trying to reintroduce himself to that generation.
What Will Smith need to do? He need to go to that weight room, pack on maybe 15, 20 pounds of weight. Since he in an open marriage, come out there with 2 brand new women. He'll be motherfucking back on top, baby.
But then that's what they're waiting on. Then the women gonna be like, "How could you do this to Jada when she's going through what she's going through with alopecia?"
They are. We knew you was. Was a man off Bad Boys.
Oh, Mike Lowry.
We knew you was Mike Lowry. We knew you was Mike. They love Mike Lowry.
That's true.
Mike Lowry. nobody hating on Will. They try hating. You right. The young folks try to play him, but I know this nigga. This man has so many. How many Grammys he got?
Oh yeah, and I forgot about that. He has a whole music career.
How many hits he got?
He got hits on hits on hits.
Not talking, and these hits are pop hits. He ain't talking about no drugs. He's like, I'm going to Miami.
Right.
Get jiggy with it. Summertime.
Right.
3
Men
hits.
in Black. Men in Black. I think he had an Independence Day song too.
The Men in Black was a hit. And how the hell that song is a hit?
I used to do the dance in my living room when it first came out, but I ain't gonna lie.
You see, that man had a hit.
Right.
TV shows, albums. Now the Oscar. Played Muhammad Ali. Who else did he play?
Pursuit of Happiness. That was a good one.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Did a movie with his son. I can't remember what that was called.
That was a flop. So,
but
Independence Day. See, people don't know what my America was back in the day before all this internet bullshit.
Right.
A big movie drop on July the 4th. And July the 4th, the whole family, because Big Mama was still living. The whole family go cook out, firecrackers, boom, boom.
Right.
And if you had money, not too many people had money, but you had money, you went to the movies that day.
Right.
And
I kind of miss that.
I do too. And he had that bitch on lock.
Couple summers, right. You was waiting. Remember Wild Wild West too? He had Wild Wild West. It don't matter
that was
what.
A flop. Why you name
No, that was not a flop. That was still a hit. If you go back and watch that movie.
You named all the flop movies, Brandon.
No, that's still. So you think they were saying, "Dang, Will's falling off with Wild Wild West"?
No, they paid him too much, and the movie made this how much they paid him.
And he had a hit song with that one too.
The song was bigger than the movie. Right.
It could have been a flop.
It was a flop, man. That was a flop.
So okay. So you think that's a flop? So what's another flop that Will Smith had? Because the movie he had on Netflix, that when he was a cop and it was an alien cop, I didn't even see that one. But that's a flop.
How it was a flop? I thought that was a good movie. It was Bright. I think that
I didn't even see it, but it didn't do what it was supposed to do. So
it's on Netflix. What was it supposed to do?
I understand, but it didn't do what they thought it was going to do.
Like what?
But just be more popular. Like people should be watching that movie now, because it's a Will Smith movie, and the one where he had with his son. Like it just wasn't a classic. It just wasn't what we thought Will Smith could be able to make, and as far as a movie.
He played that doctor when.
The Concussion movie.
Yeah, Concussion.
Which was a good movie, but
one of his best movies. My favorite movie is probably Bad Boys.
Yeah, those are hits. So if you're gonna put Bad Boys, so what about the last Bad Boys?
I didn't see that movie yet.
You didn't see it? Oh, it wasn't good, but I only watched it one time.
The first one was kind of like adult entertainment and wasn't poppy.
Mm-hmm.
You had like Martin doing his stand-up, and you had Will being Mike Lowry.
Right. And they had actual, heroin and cocaine. Like, they show it and they went to strip clubs, and it, like you say, it was more an adult movie.
Yeah, it's more rugged. I like that style.
Mm-hmm.
Then it just went pow. And this one, they were shooting out in the motherfucking parking lot. Will Smith about to get rolled over. The women like this. We running down the street with his shirt
open.
Yeah, right. Women love that one. See, that's the way they need to bring back.
Right.
He'll have the women going crazy.
I think that's far gone. I think Will's far gone. That Will Smith is not coming back. Will Smith is not popping back out with no two women. Mike Lowry is done.
If Will Smith put on 20 pounds of muscle, he could come back. He ain't that old. He ain't that old yet.
Not. I think he wants to do stuff with his family, with his, bond with his son, his daughter. Geez. I think he want to do stuff like that. I think Mike Lowry is gone. They wouldn't because you didn't even see the new Bad Boys. You want me to tell you what happened on there?
You can tell me.
He ended up having a kid.
Hurry up and come on Netflix so I can watch
it. Somebody that they were chasing or had a problem with, it ended up being his son, like his long lost son or something like that. So it wasn't a good plot, but that's just what Bad Boys for Life was. And Martin kind of swole up a little bit. It just wasn't the same.
Well, shit, Martin swole up in the second one. You gotta remember, Martin, he's a small man. So it don't take a lot for him to look swole. He's still normal size, but it don't take a lot for him to look swole up.
Right. He was real skinny on Martin though, but he kind of swole up, and he's just an older man. I think he might have had a stroke or something too. So we're not trying to make fun of them, but that's just a part of getting older.
And they was trying to run him crazy too.
Right.
And you see how he did with Will Smith done yesterday. Martin Lawrence done that 30 years ago.
Right.
When he had enough and motherfucker, I'm running down the street with a pistol.
and I think he had a sauna suit on, like one of the Jarvis suits on and stuff. But I think that's what Hollywood do to you, because I'm not gonna say they broke Will or anything like that, but they want you to do certain things, and you can either go against the system and they're gonna try to blackball you, or give you some, D level roles, or you can do whatever they say and you're gonna be raised, to the where you want to be, I guess, or wherever you see yourself.
Hollywood do this a lot to black people, because if you notice, they only hire the same black people to do the same roles and the same opportunity. Right. So they don't feel like they gotta do all this crazy stuff and deal with all this, put this cucumber up your ass type of shit. Right. They may not get a role. Right.
Like what they do with the dress. How do you feel about that? Like, Martin did the Big Mama's House. He put a dress on. How do you feel about, Tyler Perry does the same thing too. How do you feel about black men feeling like they have to do that kind of role to get on, or for people to accept it? Like, it seemed like we like to see a black man in a dress pretending to be a woman.
People do what they want to do. I won't put a dress on, but I ain't gonna knock. I'm too much not gonna knock all these other people to put on the dress,
because it's a popular thing to do, and people seem to like. I'm not saying anything wrong with it per se, but
what people?
People on social media.
Chinese people? What people you talking about?
Us. We seem black people seem to watch black men with a dress on and a wig on, pretending to be a black woman.
We got a lot of shows like that. Joanna Man,
right? I like Joanna Man.
Tyler Perry movies.
Jamie Foxx did Wanda. It's just a lot of. Do you see a lot of white men doing that? I mean, it just seems like it's not a lot of white men doing that, or a lot of women dressing up as men doing the same thing.
Why would a woman dress up like a man?
Same reason a man would dress up like a woman.
No. It's different. Dress up like a man is not even fucking funny. Think about it. Think about it.
I agree. But why is it?
And when Barney, what's the police officer? Barney?
Mm-hmm.
When he dressed up like a woman, he looks funny. It's like funny.
But why is it not funny though? Because I agree, it's not funny if a woman dress up as a man and try to act like a man. But it seemed like it's some kind of comical relief when if you see a man with a wig on acting like a woman. Is that some kind of sexist thing? Huh?
Hello, Gina Waters. Gina.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
With the
Martin.
When you used to see a woman try to dress like a man, they just put like a hat on.
Right.
A woman, they would always with the
right. and Gina is really funny too, and I think that helped too. I think if you're gonna do this, you got to be really funny.
I don't know. I guess it's real. It could be. I guess this could be comical. Because just seeing the man in the dress, I hope we'll get blocked, but just seeing the man in the dress is amusing and it can be entertaining.
It is.
So that's why guys, transgenders, women, or women, when y'all dress in dresses, people look at you. They're like,
right.
Damn, we're barring banging the circus today, ain't we? You know? But that's what they think. But you don't supposed to say that. You still supposed to treat them like a human being. That's what we're supposed to do. But
and mind your business.
And you're right, mind your business. I won't say ma'am, I won't say sir. I say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Mind your business. And that's what people need to do with Will Smith. Slapping that man, mind your business. You don't know what got going on. He could have been off his meds. Who knows? You know, he could have just got cursed out by his wife about her hair. Who knows? Or he could have told Chris Rock, don't you say nothing now. Who knows?
Right. So just mind your business. We'll end it right there. If it ain't got nothing to do with you directly, it ain't none of your business. You can speculate. You can make a video about it, but ultimately, it's not our business. We got other things we need to be focusing on.
You're right. You're right. Like cleaning up your damn house. Well, I need to do back here, but that's work in the back. That's work. They ain't junk. That's work.
Right.
But yeah, you're right.
So make sure you got your own house in order before you start judging somebody else's. I'm not saying you can't, but you talking about Will and your house not in order. It don't make you any better.
You're right. You can't talk about a relationship. This man been married for 30 years, and you can't keep a man or a woman for 3 months. Think about it.
Right.